Shalom, family trendsetter. Real quick, I want to go into a story I came across where you had a Mississippi furniture store owner that refused to finance black people. Not only that, he admits to using racial slur towards so-called African American. Now, I'm going to show you a clip that follows. But the backstory is that this devil right here, he refused to finance black people because according to him, we don't pay our bills and shit. So I don't know if this black guy he received is after he called the patrons niggers. According to him, he called the patron niggas after he received the black guy. He didn't really say that, but he said after the altercation went down, that's when he used the racial slur, which I don't believe. He probably used the racial slur first, then got fucked up. You know what I mean? But what I don't understand, why they always use like a black reporter to report on this incident? It's almost like, okay, they're trying to paint a picture. Because see, if you have a racist, white supremacist demon like him making these kind of, outbursts and shit, right? And then you have a white reporter, it doesn't paint a good picture. It's almost like this white reporter is supporting him. Because if you think about it, if you have a white supporter go on and interview this devil, he might have a tendency to like continue expressing himself. But if you have a so-called black individual report on him, he knows that he's under the camera. He knows that this black person's in front of him. So he's going to have a tendency to kind of hold back, his rhetoric. It's all psychology, family. These devils are good with psychology. But I want y'all to understand, family, no matter how much we think that they're not alike, they are. They just suppress their behavior. This is why they need a high IQ test. They're the only motherfucking race that need an IQ test to prove that they're smart, because they're really idiots. I was in a store yesterday, Advanced Auto Parts store, right? They fucked my order up and I went back to try to get a refund or whatever. But anyway, there was some Caucasian in front of me, some Neanderthal in front of me doing a transaction. And I'm literally watching them because you had the two customer, which was Neanderthal, and you had I guess it's the clerk, who was also Neanderthal. And I'm watching the interaction with them. And, the two, well, you don't know, but the two patrons, they actually had on tattoos. You could tell they like from the trailer park or whatever, right? And I'm watching them and shit. And just how they communicated, like the two patrons, they looked like they was on drugs and shit. It was all slow talking, slurred speech and shit. And then the other dude, he's more, a little bit more, I would say, articulate and shit. The clerk anyway. And I'm seeing how they communicating, and I'm like, they are dumb as fuck. He's telling him, listen, you have to insert your card if you have a chip. He's like, where do I insert the chip? So he pointed to the slot, and he had it backwards and he had it upside down. And instead of the clerk just say, okay, let me show you, and take the card from him, he actually allowing him to do it. And I know, okay, that's his card. You don't want to take his shit and do the transaction because, in case anything happened. But, it took him like literally like 30 to 40 seconds to figure this shit out. 50 seconds, almost a minute to figure it out. And I started to go up to the brother, it's right here. But then I say, no, let me fall back because he's not my brother. But that's how I felt, like, saying to him and shit. And I'm saying to myself, these are some dumb motherfuckers. I mean, they really do need an IQ test because they really stupid. I mean, the one that made it, the one that's in corporate and, the politics or whatever, and talk articulate or whatever, they made it. They actually graduate from the IQ test. So they know how to articulate themselves. They know how to conduct themselves, to be civilized. But for the most part, when they're in the environment, family, they are dumb as fuck, man. I'm saying, y'all, I kid you not. I was watching a documentary, and they was talking about all the accomplishment of so-called African-American family. Did you know we actually invented the cell phone? Did y'all know that? And they took our pattern, they stole our ideas from every fucking invention that the blacks and the Chinese came up with. These devils stole. They don't have no origination. So when you see them like Apple and all these people doing all these technology, they got that shit from us. There was actually another documentary talking about the space program. It was some black mathematicians, females actually, that was responsible for NASA getting this shit off the ground. That fake space travel that they claim they go to the moon and shit, which I don't believe. I'm sure many of y'all do, but y'all entitled to your own opinion. Black people have done a lot for society. You know what I'm saying? These what you call it? Goddamn, the Kemet, right? In Kemet, The Egyptians, the black Egyptian, not the white Egyptians, because there wasn't no such thing as white Egyptian. They actually was the one that was responsible for mathematics. I mean, yo, we are some smart people. But what they do, because they control the narrative, we are in hell, like I told you, and they're overseeing hell. These are the devil. The Bible states that the earth has been handed over to the hands of the wicked, right? Who cover the face of judges they are. That's these fuckers. They control the narrative. So, of course, they're going to spin everything to make it fit them. That they're the one that's doing this. They're the Egyptian. They're this. They're the, you understand, family. We have accomplished a lot. These are some base men. They are fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no common sense. They're articulate because they created these education that, they teach us and shit. So, of course, if they're teaching this shit, they're going to appear to be smart or articulate because they're articulating what they created. But when you go on an interview or you on a job, family, and you can't get it, don't worry about it. You're not supposed to get it. They're teaching you something that they created. If we come up with something like hip hop, we're going to perfect the shit. We're going to teach them. We're going to hand it down to them. And that's why when they try to do hip hop, they sound retarded because it's something that we create. So if they create something and you can't get it, don't feel bad about it because you're not supposed to get it. You know what I mean? These are some fucking retarded ass people. That's why I give all praise to the Most High that he's heating up the sun, this planet that's moving, within the atmosphere. I can't wait for it to come and take these motherfuckers out. Yes, I might get caught up in it, but it is what it is. I'm ready to go anyway, because living on this motherfucker, this hellhole, this hell that y'all refer to as Earth, is not a happy place. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to come on here and share this story with y'all. These people are off the chain.
There are many different stories about what led up to an argument here at Hometown Furniture Store in South Haven. One thing, though, that the owner does not dispute is that he did indeed use a racial slur. He told me that it was appropriate given the circumstances. A customer captured this video Saturday. Witnesses say it shows the store's owner, Terry Pace, cursing and using a racial slur at black customers.
I couldn't believe it. You hear people like on TV saying these things and all that. Just to hear it, though, in person, like just so aggressively, it was really off-putting.
A sign in the window said the store was closed today, so we went to Pace's home for answers.
I don't care what they say. I did what I felt like was right. You weren't there. You didn't hear it. You didn't hear all the stuff that I heard.
He admits to using the N-word, but says he was provoked and even attacked, leaving him with a black eye. Police say they were called to the store, but no report was filed.
I called him the N-word when it was over with. When it was all over with, and they kept mouthing off to me, yes, ma'am, I use the N-word.
Those who work in the plaza with him say this isn't the first time he's made offensive comments.
He was like, I don't finance because only people that want to get furniture finance is the colored, and they don't pay their bills. Yes, this is what he told me, and I let that go.
The property manager says they've received numerous complaints about Pace, and he's only been at this location 2 months. They're hoping this incident doesn't push customers away from the plaza and other businesses.
We need to come out here and support the business. We need to come out here and support South Haven, uplift it. We don't plan on having him stay, so...